We've all heard about the famous control freaks in FPS games, and a lot of people like them and a lot of people don't. So I'm going to give you guys my thoughts on whether I feel they're good or they're bad, but I'm also going to tell you guys how they actually work. Let's jump right into this video. So they actually work in 3 different ways. Number 1 is they improve comfort. And how do they actually do this? So the lower your thumbstick is, the harder it is on your fingers because you have to apply a little bit more pressure to it. The higher the thumbsticks are, the easier it is going to be for you to control. And I can actually prove this. Like, this actually has helped me out a lot. When I ever play with the control freaks, I do feel like I'm putting less strain on my fingers as compared when I don't have them. Number 2 is they improve control. They say the thumbsticks add height, which allows you to benefit from increased arc distance and increased control. And I will say this, yes, it is true. Just do be aware, like when you don't have control freaks, when you have the normal thumbsticks, I feel that we move too abruptly, right? Like left or right, and we're always smashing our thumbstick. Like that's why you can hear when people are moving around their thumbsticks through their mic. But when you play with control freaks, because of that increased height, your movements are actually going to be a lot more subtle, which will in turn then allow you to increase your sensitivity, which we're going to get into a little bit later. But they do improve control. You just have to be aware that you cannot move so abruptly, because when you add that extra height, their main intention is for you to be a little bit more subtle and be more precise. Number 3 goes with precision. They do improve accuracy because the thumbstick's added height also increase your precision for maximum shot accuracy and improve KD. And we're going to show you my stats in a little bit, but that is definitely true. Now, this is something how I can show you my previous stats. This was when I first started using control freaks. I mean, I hadn't even gotten them before. So I went into one of my videos, and as you guys can see, my KD on the top left right here was 2.63 back in the day, and this video was March 18th. Now, if you jump on right now, my stats are at 2.81. So I did go up 0.2 in KD. Now, a lot of people might not think that is a lot, but I've got 23,000 kills, so it does take a little bit of time to improve that KD. And if that wasn't enough, these are my last KD. This is my KD from this season. So my KD from season 4 is actually 3.74, and my last 50 matches are 3.8. And I've been consistent around higher 3.5 to 4 KD in all my recent matches from kind of like a month ago. So now that I've gotten used to it, I have really increased my KD, and that is really because I'm winning more gunfights. My sensitivity also increased. I was started at 6.6 sensitivity before I started using control freaks, and now I'm at 9.9 sensitivity, and again with that KD on the rise. So I'm not decreasing my aim or anything like that. So now let's go into the big money question. Are they worth it? 100, 200,000% yes. My aim has increased significantly while using the control freaks. Not only that, my aim has increased and maintained as high as good as it was, but my sensitivity has also increased, like I said, from a 6 to a 9, meaning that I can flick around more players while still maintaining that accuracy that I had before. It did take me about 1 to 2 weeks, I would say, playing every day to get used to the control freaks. But man, once you play with the control freaks, you cannot play without them. They are definitely the way to go. So now that I've told you that they are worth it, again, let me tell you a couple tips and tricks on how to get the maximum out of your control freaks. Thing number 1 that you want to do is you want to lower your sensitivity. When you first try them on, like the sensitivity that you had before, it feels like you're going fast as fudge. And again, that's because the higher, since the stick is higher, you have to move less of your thumb to get that greater movement. So it just feels like you're moving insanely fast, and that's why you just have to lower it a little bit. All right, so remember, once you get control freaks, you can lower down. I suggest you start at a 6.6 starting point, because again, the goal of the control freaks are to maintain your accuracy while increasing the sensitivity. So start about a 6.6, 5.5, and then work around. And again, I've been using this for about 3 months, so it takes me about a month before I go on to the next sensitivity, because again, I want to be like spot on. I want to be a badass with the sensitivity I'm on before I move to the next one. And I really don't feel right now that I'm either moving too fast or too slow. I think 99 is a really perfect place to be. Second tip, remember, since the sticks are shorter than you're used to, you always want to move all of them like abruptly, right, from left to right. But just do be aware, again, when you're using Kontrol Freeks, move them slowly, move them a little bit more, I don't know, conservatively, but you gotta love them, right? That's how you'd say it. There's just remember that when you got Kontrol Freeks, the higher the thumbstick, the less movement you have to do to have that applied pressure that you would before. So again, remember, once you use Kontrol Freeks, you have to move your thumbs a little bit less and a little bit slower compared to when you didn't have them. And last tip number 3 is, like I said before, but you just got to give it a chance. You got to give it a chance. You got to practice, and trust me, your aim will improve, and so will your KD. It'll be on the rise. And thank you for tuning in. Peace out, everybody.